Kings and Lord of Lords. A very beautiful morning, evening, and night to all of you who are watching us through this live stream. So today I'm having a very special guest on my show, Whispers of Wisdom. So today we welcome a man who lives by the system, not shortcuts. He's a farmer, someone who understands patience, seasons, and long-term growth. The land has taught him discipline, resilience, and the true meaning of the delayed result. At the same time, he's a writer, a creative mind. He believes in the deep thinking, our surface level conversation, and long term wealth, our temporary success. So, Assalamu alaikum, Abiyoy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good and I'm doing fine.
Okay, so I appreciate your efforts, like you give me your time. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, okay, so we should dive into the conversation. So, my first question to you is like, what does real wisdom mean in business beyond just making money?
Wisdom in business is beyond making money, as you said earlier, because in this business you have to have the wisdom to know the time to produce whatever you are doing. As a farmer, it is a wisdom for me to know what to plant. It is my wisdom that will tell me the exact time to what to plant, to clear the bush. To now let us move into another field, maybe a writer or let me say social media manager. There are some times that you must know that this is the time that my audience need to hear me. It is your wisdom that will give you all those things, and wisdom is the one that give profit. Now when you are talking about business, when you are talking about everything, without wisdom a man will be a foolish man. Sorry to use that word, but that is what it will looks. It won't know what to do. It won't know what to think next, to do everything. But through wisdom, you will know that okay, this is the next step for me to do. This is the next thing to do. So to me, in my own understanding and in my own perspective of definition of wisdom, I can say wisdom is the one that bring profitability in any areas of life to a man.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, like, how do you identify the right leverage point in your life or career?
When we're talking about leverages, there are many ways when it comes to leverages. We can I believe that hard work does not pay, but wisdom and leverages pays. What did I mean by that? Okay, when I'm talking about leverages can
Yeah, yeah, you are back. So you
okay.
were
Can you
talking.
hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. So you were talking about leverages. Speak on.
Yes, I'm talking about leverages that I said leverages can be break down in many categories like finance, time, family, network skills, and that. Now, let me use as a farmer, there is a way that let me say someone that wants to start, the beginning is the hardest part in this life. Whatever things you want to start, be it farmer, be it anything in this life, the starting point is the problem point, because during that time you will be confused, you won't know what to do. So you get, but when you're talking about leverages is the things that can scale up, that can skyrocket that dream. Okay, for example, someone that is a farmer that want to build empire within farming system, it can have leverages of family. Maybe they are running that thing in their family before. That is leverages for him or her, because he will have sufficient. He will have sufficient land, he will have capacity to build on that thing. Okay, let me use a true scenario in another field, as an example, two people that want to learn coding, like they want to be a coder. Now, one has a full system, one have a full desktop, like 24 hours light. There's no taking of lights, there is nothing. And another one does not have all those things. You know, if they learn from the best mentor, if they learn from the best coder, there is high chance that the other guy with full electricity, full setup will move faster than the other one. That is leverages. Now, when it comes to leverages in friends, this deal with connection. This deal with a lot of things. I think I joined your live section. Is it, yeah? Is it today or yesterday when you are talking about coding? I know you don't know that I joined, but I just joined. So you can't compare yourself that you used to join that kind of community, that you rubs mind together, to someone that is sleeping during that time. Even if both of you are a coder, you will have leverages in friends than him. There might be, maybe you have a work to do and you are tired. You can just call one of your community member that, can you help me to do this? And they will help you. That is leverages. Leverages is a gap between you and things that you cannot do at the moment. But there are people, there are resources, there are things that you can do it for you. That is leverages when I break it down to the friends side. Now, when it comes to skills, in this general world of a thing, there are many things that we need to check. There are some skills that can bring us our leverages, that can push us up to the 1%. But and there are skills that will not do that for us, you know, because
Yeah.
in the system of the world, there is 1% and there is other percent, whereby those 99% are the one working for the 1%. So it might sound somehow, but that is actually how they create the world. And now, skills, individual skills, we have many different kind of skills. We have, be it digital, be it anyone. Talking is a skill, communicating is a skill, listening is a skill. Now, it's now left to the person how he can leverage on that skills. You can have your laptop with you, and I will have my laptop with me, and someone will be using his own laptop to watching movie. Why another
Yeah.
person, when you will be using your own laptop to work, to make connection, to make a lot of things. You remember, you have the same leverages, which is laptop, but you are making use of your own leverages to scale up, while the others are making his own leverages to tie down. That means it is your own. If we can check it well, it might be that your environment is another leverages to individual. Environments help us to become what we want to become. If someone that is in a toxic environment, there is high tendencies that that person will become that thing. There is no way. Why? Because the environment have influenced the person. And that is another thing that I call leverages. Because leverages is the thing that fill the gap between human being. There's nobody in this life that does not have leverages to anything it's become. Be it poor, be it rich, they have the leverages, they have the legacy that they put down. Somebody father can give the person a acres of land. I'm sorry for using land on everything. I'm a farmer, that's why. somebody
No
somebody
problem.
somebody farmer somebody farmer can give a person a acres of land. Maybe let's say hectares. And the child might wake up and said he want to become a doctor or lawyer or anything. Don't quote me wrong. Becoming a lawyer is good. Becoming everything you want to become is good, fine. but along the line he might face some challenges because being a lawyer, being a doctor require a lot of things, require a lot of hard work, a lot of consis a lot of things like that. But at the end of the day, he or she might even be working for someone before he can grow. And there is a leverage sitting down in his through his father, which is acres of land that he can use, he can turn into anything. He can turn it into farming, he can turn it into real estate, he can turn it into anything. But because he wants to become what he wants, he or she will neglect the leverages that he has to scale up. Remember, we are talking about wisdom and leverage. If someone does not have wisdom, he will not have the idea of leverages that he or she has.
Yeah, so
Because it
wonderful.
yes, because it is wisdom that let us know that we are leverages. Someone that does not even have wisdom will not even think about leverages. I've promised myself that no matter little, the leverage that my father has for me, I will use it before anything happen. Like if I see any slight thing like this, that this is leverages for me, I have to click it and use it. Why? Because it's take wisdom. It's take what? Wisdom to have to see what others does not see. As we are talking now, there are some set of people that they are doing what they feel like it is right for them, and actually it is right for them. But if you use if you use wisdom to check it, you will know that what they are doing is not even right at all. What they are doing the wrong thing at the right time, but they won't know why, because they don't have the wisdom to recognize what to do at the moment.
Yeah, you are right, absolutely. So now tell me that how can someone with limited resources still can be a powerful leverage? Like some people might thought like they cannot be. So how would you think like having limited resources one can become a powerful leverage?
Okay, if I get your question, you are asking that how can someone that has limited leverage can scale up to be a powerful?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, now let me say something now. People can scale up from small. In this universal world, we were guided by laws, like do this and this will be the result. That is some laws. There are some laws that say if you throw something up, there is tendency that it will come back. That I think gravity's laws, something like that. So we have many laws that guide the universe. So as someone that have limited leverages to scale up, I will tell the person that you see that limited one, just start with it. There's I believe in compound interest. I believe in compounds and compounding of a thing. If I take what how can I use an example? Okay, let me use this thing. There's a lot of paper here like this. If I turn one like this, I put it here today, that's one. Tomorrow I turn another one, I put it, that's two. Day after tomorrow I turn another one, I put it, that's three. I'm compounding it. So when somebody have limited leverage, there is a way that he can be using that limited one until it become big one. Remember, a drop of water is what that later become an ocean. Little drop of water is one that what that will later become an ocean. So little here, little there, gather it together, it will bring one sufficient thing. That is what I can say about that.
Okay, thank you for that. So now tell me that what does patience play a role in long-term wealth creation? You mentioned about like you thought about long-term wealth creation. So now tell me that how does patience play in long-term wealth creation?
Can you repeat the question again? I can't get it right.
Okay, so you talked me in the messenger about like you want to make long-term wealth creation. So tell me that how does patience play in long-term wealth creation?
Okay, that is a good question actually. In whatever things we are doing in this universe world, we must not be thinking about short time or little time. We must think beyond time. We must think ahead of people. We must sit down and think that in the next 50 years, what will this thing become? Okay, as a farmer, let me use some trees as an example. I don't know which tree can you be familiar in that side. Okay, let me use. I'm trying to use one tree that you'll be familiar with. Okay, do you know cocoa tree?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Now, cocoa tree used to use more than 3 years, 4 years before it starts to bring fruit. Now, as a long time thinker, you will know that if you plant cocoa tree this year, it will take 4 good years before you can start harvesting. It take wisdom for you to think to know that during these 4 years, I have to look for another cash flow that will sustain me before this my cocoa tree start fruiting. Because once the cocoa tree start fruiting, there is high tendency that you will be harvesting it every year. But before that 4 years, what are the things that you are going to be using like capital? Everybody needs capital. That is when wisdom comes in. Now, wisdom will tell you that okay, go for crops that are maybe two within 2 months, 1 month, you will harvest, you will make your profit, or look for cash flow that will bring in money for you. That's what I say. Leverages skills is part of leverages. Maybe I'm a trader, so during that time I can know that okay, let me trade and make money. I'm sorry about that. Let me trade and make money. You will make your money through that. So, as a long time thinker, as you are thinking of long time business, long time anything, you must be thinking at short time. That is cash flow. Because don't I won't lie, everybody will be eating every day. We will buy shelter, we buy clothes, sub on phone, do a lot of things. That is how we can be using another business to be covering all those one. So, as a long time thinker, as you are thinking for a long time, you must also be thinking for the things that will be giving you little there that you will be using to what? Control everything, the family, yourself.
Uh,
Okay,
so now tell me that how would you differentiate between distraction and opportunity?
the what?
Distraction and opportunity.
Distraction and opportunity. Okay, when it comes to opportunities, there are many adage that say opportunity come but once. I can tell you that that is a big lie of the century. Opportunity does not come at once. I even believe that there is nothing like opportunity. You just have to stand up, go for what you want, and along the line, that thing that we call opportunity will come by itself. That's why if you don't start to build now, people will not see that you are building. Right? Whatever we think in our mind will remain in our mind until we start to make execution. So once we start, people, the world will okay. Let's imagine the richest man in the world is Elon Musk. If everything that he does it was in his mind. Nobody will know him. So, do you want to tell me Elon Musk have like encounter any opportunity? It is because it keeps showing up. When it comes to opportunity comes at once and blah, don't miss it. It is a lie. You can make everything you want, anything a man wants to become, a desire of a man, it rests upon the shoulder of the man. The man just has to keep showing up, working every day, and eventually he will get to where he's going.
He should be self-determined for having the opportunities. Now tell me that can personal branding become a leverage tool? If it is, like, how can be personal branding become a leverage tool for a lot of us?
Okay, do you mean like you said personal branding?
Yeah, personal branding.
Okay, I should talk about the personal branding. Now, when we're talking about personal branding, this is everything I'm saying, it is my own ideology, it is my own perspective, it is what me I works to. I believe in personal branding. Why? Because it is you. Let us remove the brand. Let us put the personal. It is you that people want to buy, not even the other side. It is how you present yourself, how you do a lot of things. Okay, I think a lot of people use iPhone. Nobody cares about the nobody cares about the founder or co-founder or anything. But what they care about is iPhone, especially Africa. They care about iPhone. Why? It is because the branding. Let me say, when you're talking about personal branding, it does not mean we personally. This phone that I'm using, it is personal with itself. iPhone is personal to itself. Though there are a lot of people behind the product, but that product, it is the personal itself. So the value that that product brings, it's what bring the branding. Okay, let us do iPhone 15, let us do 14, let us do 15, bring these features, bring another. So all those things piled together, that is personal branding. It is not people, it is not that person, it is not that founder, it is not that co-founder personal life they are buying iPhone. It is because of what iPhone itself has. That's why people are buying it. That because they like the personal structure of iPhone. So when I'm talking about personal branding, I see people talking about themselves like I am the personal branding. I want to brand myself, but you have to brand your products even more than yourself. That is when people can start to come to you to be okay. Now something like the school, I think the I don't know how to I have forgotten the name, that class that I said you join, that I always see you in the morning, maybe afternoon, sir. Can you, when I first saw the class, I was like wow, because the first time I saw it, it was young people like 12 years, 18 years. Sure, get, th- I don't even care about who fund the group, who fund the school. I don't care. What I'm caring is that they are doing the right thing. Now, if I have the opportunity, I can say, okay, I can bring 4 or 5 in my community. So, yeah, go and join this online school. This is where you'll be going. Did I care about the personal funder? Did I care about the co-founder? Who did I care about? The school, personal, the school itself, what they brings to the table, what they do for the community. That is what I believe in personal branding.
Oh, that's good to hear. For now tell me that if someone or I wants to think long term, so where should I start? What should be the initiative for that?
Okay, if you want to think a long time, what should be the initiative is the mind and resources. Because let me use a woman being structured as an example. A man that wants to give a birth does not think about the delivery immediately. They don't even think about maybe it will be male, it will be female, it will be twins, triplets. They don't think about that immediately. What they think is that how can we come together? How can a man and a female come together? That egg will form in a woman and everything will elaborate and it will become pregnant. That is the first thing they will be thinking. A female will be thinking that now let me use wife now. A wife will be thinking how his husband will come and they will have intimacy together to form so that the intimacy can form pregnancy and she will carry it for 9 months. So after they did after that intimacy, they will go to the hospital to confirm maybe it is positive or negative. Once they see it is positive, now the next thing is that they will be thinking how to carry the pregnancy for 9 months. So after the 9 months, they will start to think how the child will go to best school so that it can become great thing. They are thinking long time, but they are taking it step by step. You can't be telling me someone that has not even give birth to child will be telling me that this child in the next 2 years it will become my kinnikan, it will become this, it will become that. The child that you have not even have. So somebody that want to think long time must firstly sit down. If you ask me that, okay, in the next 20 years, where did I want to become in agriculture field, in the agriculture sector? I know everything. So someone that wants to think long time in irrespective of the field, the sector he or she is working at, he or she must sit down, think, let him wake up middle of the night when everything was silent to think that okay, how can we do this? How can I get how can I reach this my team? After that, the person might look for resources to guide it. This is digital world. In the last 100 years or 50 years, I and you cannot talk like this because during that time, that is another age, another set age of people. But now we are in digital era. Look for people that has failed in that your field. Why is it that they fail in this field? Is it because they think long time or they think short time? From there, gather resources, do a lot of research, and after that, you will conclude that okay, if I want to do this thing, this is the best way for me to go if I want to plan a long way. This is a short way for me to go if I want to. So a man that want to think long time must ready to stretch his mind in thinking and must ready to stretch his brain in research.
Yeah,
So if a man
mind is the pivot point. We can say that for long term growth.
yes, yes.
So now, like, now I'm moving to the next question. Like, if you think about a long term, like after 10 years, like I will be in this position. So there is a term expectation and the reality. For example, we expected like I will be the best position after 10 years, but in after the reality comes, like we fail at that time. So how to cope up that situation? How to take it easy at that time? Can you tell me about expectations versus reality in this case?
Yes, it is easy on paper than reality. now now once all this, I have an adage, I think since maybe 5 years ago. I always tell my people that if you plan, always expect that there will be unplanned plan that will show up in your plan. That is the reality of the world. So if a man plan that okay, in the next 10 years, okay, let me use myself as an example. Maybe I plan that in the next 10 years I want to have, let me say, 10 acres of land. And in the first year I don't have land. In the second year, no land. Third year, no land. There is one thing that will come to me like in during that time. Number one is prayer. I will feel like this thing is not working. Discouragement will come in. I feel like, should I give up? Many thoughts will comes in that I cannot succeed in this field. But mind you, if a man keep if a man brings up a iron and keep eating the same spot, there is high tendency that that spot will form what that man needs. So with all these things that comes in, that okay, the discouragement, people will laugh at him. That is the community for us. They will laugh, they say you are doing rubbish, your others are doing this, you are keep going. But if that man keep going, he will eventually land in where he or she is going. Okay, let me use an example of Mr. Beast. You know Mr. Beast now.
Yeah, yeah, I know
The,
Mr. Beast.
yes, see how this man did the thing over 100 days. Keep posting for
Yeah,
good 100 days, and the man is saying maybe two, like according to him, three views for. But this thing is keep going. That I know where I'm. Okay, now see where Mr. Beast is at now. This thing applicable to a footballer, Cristiano Ronaldo. See the way all those people start. They start from nowhere, and they set some certain years that I'm not achieve this thing at this level, and they did not achieve it before. After that year, that does not mean that they will quit that goal. That does not mean that they will cancel that vision. They must keep going. That this thing, I must get it. This thing, see, setting a year or setting a time for something. Okay, maybe you want to get this thing within in the next 4 years. If you don't get it in the next 4 years, the major importance, like advantages of setting time for goal vision, is that it will not make you to rest. It will not make you to feel reluctantly that, oh, I'm there already. It will always push you that you have to do more, you have to get this thing done. You can achieve things that you said you want to achieve it in the next 10 years, in the next 2 years. Maybe you said you want to achieve something in 2030 and you have achieved it already in 2026. What do? You have to set another goal so that you can keep pushing. Because if you stop at that one that you have achieved, somebody might not even grow again. You just be reducing from top to bottom and keeps man moving.
Oh, thank you for such a wonderful answer. So now coming related to farming, like do you know, like it's a famous thing, like farmer are the backbone of a one country. So like in my country, like farmers do so much hard work, but in the end, like they get too much little money or wealth. Same, I think it would be in your country also. So what would you speak about that? Like farmers are the backbone, but still they are not getting some good wealth.
Hmm. This is a like this is a national problem. Let me say national problem. This is one of the major things that we are facing. Let me use Nigerian as an example. A lot of farmer are crying, as I'm telling you, and why a lot are smiling. You see those people that are smiling, it is because some of them have wisdom. You see those that are crying, it is because they lack wisdom. And it is
Yeah,
not their fault. It is not their fault. Some of them does not really have the capital to set up some things. Now in Nigeria, I can say in Nigeria before, I think I 18s, 19s, and all those years, Nigeria does not focus more on oil and gas. When Nigeria was the real giant of Africa, then one of the things that we used to be one of the giants is agriculture. Go and fast check. Nigeria, in I can say in the whole of Africa, there is no place in Nigeria that has the fertile land. Like all over Nigeria, the north, the south, we can plant anything.
oh,
Now with all these things, farmers are still struggling. With all these things, farmers are still crying. I can say it is because of, let me say, let me first say mismanagement of the fund, of the capital.
yeah.
Because there are some certain capital that was being given to the maybe minister of agriculture or and anyone, but or commissioner of but the way they mismanage the fund, it does not help the farmer. That is the first thing. And another thing is, there is an attack of bandits, all those civil crises, all those things. So this thing makes the farmer to, because there are some farmer that they go to farm and they kill them, but all those things make the farmer to fear of going to farm because they believe that they might kill them. And imagine someone that plants maybe acres of fruits in the farm, and he or she was going to the farm to maintain what he has already planted. There will be shortage, there will be all those things. That is another thing. And another one is, there is no sufficient logistic products in, let me say, in Africa generally sef. Though it is not Nigeria, in Africa. We have, if you check majority of the country in Africa, we have lack of logistic. Like it is not that there is no logistic, but they are not much. Nigeria we are more than 200 million.
Yeah.
we are, we are more than 200 million in this country. So for us to be more than that, we have a lot of things that we are doing. Now, Nigeria, if Nigerian government can go back, I'm
Yeah.
not saying they should leave. I'm not saying they should leave all our gas, but if they can go back and have structure for agriculture in Nigeria again, there will be high tendencies that Nigeria farmer will laugh again, because if a river forgets its source, there is high tendencies that it will dry off, because before oil and gas, Nigeria were being ruled by agriculture, a lot of things like that. So many farmers are crying because there is high. Okay, let me say this as the last point for it. Many people are crying because there is high price of imported farming equipment. Okay, maybe someone that want to buy fertilizer, the all those things has been become high because they import them. And there are some certain band on certain fruits that we cannot export to the other country. That's another things that is affecting them. And if you check the Cameroon, I think Cameroon have surplus food. Why? Because almost everybody in Cameroon they are doing farming because they have the pace to do it and they have the land. So that is another major thing. Everybody is running from farming now because of the laws, because of the killing, because of the everything like that. But we will still be in it.
Yeah. Okay, Abhi, so give me one chance to ask the last question from you. So, like, is it's the era of artificial intelligence? So now tell me that how you are taking artificial intelligence in the farming techniques, like, how it is helping in your site, in your field, respective field. It's my last question.
Okay, if I get the question right, you are asking that how artificial AI is helping in my field of study, that is agriculture.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I think many people are saying the world is moving to AI, but there are many things that attach to that we cannot be saying here. But now, when they are talking about AI, that's I can say it is technology, like normal technology, but everybody should apply it. Everybody should use it, because if anybody does not use it, it might be lacking behind. I could remember on this my post, maybe after this call, I can try and look for it if I see it and I can share it. There is one time I planted one plant like that. I think it's maize, see maize. I planted it. I used AI to give me, I will snap the plant and I will tell AI that what do you discover this plant will bring? Like, what is the tendencies of having disease? If this disease come out, what can I use to cure it? I'm using AI to solve agricultural to solve problem. So many people are adapting with it. If you will see a lot of poultry, even not in Nigeria. You see a lot of poultry outside the world, in this world, maybe outside Nigeria. They are using automated poultry farm. What I mean by automated poultry farm is that one person or two person can be control over 10,000 birds,
Yeah.
whereby the egg, once the broiler or the chicken lays egg, it will be automated to create straight, everything will be straight, nothing. So during this thing is, I can say it is it is technology area. We are in digital and technology area. So every farmer should advance, should adapt to scale up, because this thing can be okay. Now we are talking about AI. There's one AI, I've forgotten the name, but there is one AI that I can just program whatever I want to say. I will program it whatever I want to say. And the way we are discussing, I will send the AI. You'll be seeing the AI that, and you think I am the one. That's our advantage. Yeah, I'm not saying there's nothing bad in using AI in your farm. But once you are using AI, you have to have, a farmer needs to the basic knowledge. And when I mean the basic knowledge is that AI, all those AI, even if you ask them something, sometimes they will be saying rubbish. It's take wisdom to know that this thing that you are saying, it's rubbish, because it is some program that AI, and the way they program it, they might they might want to mislead us. So there are many things that they are doing. There are some, AI is not from heaven. It is people like me that produce you can produce AI because you are a coder, and you can tell your AI that if somebody asks you this thing, no, I want you to tell him or her this thing. So when when the farmer is using AI, or anybody using AI, he or she must be careful, must be very careful, because AI might even be giving the person wrong advice. All AI is not real. It is human product. Thank you.
Yeah, like AI is also having the darker side also somehow. So, Abioy, once again, thank you so much for your time, and like it was a very wonderful session with you. You are full of knowledge, wisdom, information, and once again, I feel honored to have you on my show. Thank you so very much.
All right. Thank you. And thank you for it. It is a privilege for me to be on your platform, and I wish to come more. I wish to join more. And I want to ask that. Okay, maybe after this class we will talk. We will talk. We will talk.
Okay, okay, okay. So, dear wonderful audience, we are ending the live session over here. Hope so you enjoyed this session. It was full of information like leverage, and it was about long term wealth, a deep thinking, and all about that. Also, we discussed about somehow of farming things. So, stay connected, Allah Hafiz, and take care of yourself.